How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Phoenix Wright. Where last left off, we got to this part. I actually don't remember this part. Can I look at notes? Fuck. Anyway, you can see here, I got my Live 2D character. This is a work in progress. I need to redo all of this. I've been trying to learn to rig Live 2D characters. And the art is made by Grede_B. I will link her Twitter in the description. So, yeah. There's a lot of work to be done with this character and my model here. I tried to do like head turning, but that became a disaster. So I have to redo it all again because I'm learning. I'm rigging this myself. Anyway, do we have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime? Of course I do. Good thing I saved. I got a good reason to make my claim. And I suppose you will be telling us the great reason? Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of something getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to be believed when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there's no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone. Wait, what? Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from maximum security clown car. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team's theme to anger this court? No, I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick! These type of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, you're back from your jog? Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much. When I looked out of my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps by statement. Von Karma. Tampering with witnesses again. So now you are saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep. He was on permanent vacation, as they say. Mr. Curls, just say he's dead. Your Honor, you did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone silhouetted next to him. Very well, then please testify to the silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I catch you a hint of joke from you, I will put you on a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. That silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. What about his flowers? You couldn't see that. You don't see that? His face was silhouetted, but there's no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering. I remember his flight flowers. No, the hat doesn't have a peacock. Where's the picture again? Do we see the picture? His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. Are you sure it was his hat? It does seem as if the defendant was in the scene of the crime. It took down the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever, this should finally be good enough, yes? It is decisive testimony. Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that. All right, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination. Cross-examination! The silhouette. That was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. Press! Don't you think that you are going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? That shadow belonged to Max is an awful firm statement, don't you think? What are you getting at? I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that it was Max? I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that. Doesn't seem like he's jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this thing again then. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night? There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity simples. Triller said the same thing. But if it was just the simples, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's simples and worn them? I thought of that myself. But just looking at the shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max. You're sure of that?
Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap.
His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. But what about his what? Wait, what? Black cloak? It's not black. It's purple and red. Like, I can get the silk hat. But what about his third symbol, the white roses? Well, if it was from behind, you couldn't see the roses. But saying black cloak is clearly wrong. Wait, can I go back to here? Press. You're sure that it was what you saw that night? Exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. I've got eyes like a hawk. Well, birds have terrible night vision. But that's not all I saw. All right. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt it was him. You were able to see that kind of detail from your window?
There was a light near the scene of the crime.
Then he couldn't mistake the cape being black.
Anyone with decent eyesight should have been able to see that much.
Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like? I can see like a hawk out of my left eye, and an eagle out of my right eye.
Our record says eyesight is a perfect 20/20.
That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly. The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes. Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. So you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding? That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard. Too bad they haven't found a murder weapon to know for sure.
The claim was a blunt object. At least it says so in the autopsy report.
With Triller's testimony and now Mo's, it really seems like Max is the killer.
Nick, gotta find a contradiction in this.
That's not going to be enough.
What?
I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that will help. I've gotta do it. Can I press on this again and see the picture? Ah. His silk hat, the black cloak, they were all there. But he's not mentioning the white roses. So I'm thinking I have to call him out on there. If not the roses, then his black cloak, which is clearly not black. So his silk hat got it. But this, questionable. So present this. You say you saw all of Max's uppity simples? I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Mo, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity simples. 3 symbols.
Yeah! Everyone get ready, all together now!
We already get this. What the? You guess if he knew that there was 3 or not? He saw that what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention the 1. Isn't that right, Mo? Silence, fool! You are to respond with the whole truth, no fractions. Order! Order! Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, There weren't any roses on the person I saw.
The crime scene was dark. It's obvious too dark to see that kind of detail.
You said there was light! But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed that. Missed them? Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case?
Clearly not. He's just toying with the court.
I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trillo's testimony? There's no way I could mistake someone's wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How could you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? How could you mistake someone? Yeah. Trillo saw them all. Trillo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there was no white roses on the person he saw. There's absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this...
Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony.
The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Max in Million Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but this does cast doubt to the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. Not mature. I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable. Which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony.
What?
If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling!
Nick, this is your last chance!
Oh shit, son! Witness testimony, the silhouette part 2. There's no doubt in my mind! There was no white roses on that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There was no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing the entire time that he was on the scene. Okay, what decorations? If you're saying other than peacock feather, Mr. Wright, you got one last chance on this. If he's saying that the decorations is anything other than that peacock feather, then he's lying. Or he's seeing someone else. Not like they did, but he saw someone else. Just one chance. I will not allow even the slightest sense of badgering against the witness. If you are going to prove to me that there's a contradiction with Mr. Curse's statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I only got one single shot at this. I got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need. Okay, his hat. That's all I got.
Cross-examination!
Okay, so I can't press... Or does pressing count as my one chance? Over all of the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of it, especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. Alright. What did you see? Mo, be honest.
Ow! You promised, Mr. Phoenix, right? No more badgering! I hope you enjoyed this penalty!
What? Oh, so it does count. Alright, I don't want to lose that. Alright. There's no white roses that night. Okay, that's clear. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of it. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene.
What do you think, Nick?
There's no way I'm going to lose after coming this far. There's gotta be an answer. It's probably in the court record. Okay, he says he's wore it the whole time during the whole scene. Okay. Okay, I only have the hat. I can only do it with the silk hat thing, so I guess I'll present the hat? No, that's wrong. Your Honor, that... No, fuck. Alright, it didn't make... Whoops, that didn't go well. Okay. Especially that silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. That's probably something I should remember here, but I don't. So let's stick to up here. Oh, I was right with the silk hat. I just have to do it at the last one. All right. So I was right with the hat, but just at the wrong statement. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat that you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind? Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene? That means... The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. No, that's not true.
Order! 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 Mr. Curls!
Yes, Your Honor.
What is the meaning of all of this? You are old enough to know the better than to behave like this in court!
Hey, that's not right. That's so harsh.
That's not right here in your eyesight and youth memory, amongst other things.
Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess, you just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight and my memory. Or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you are sitting above me blah, 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 blah. He's ranting and crying at the end.
Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are?
I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth.
He's turned into a bratty little kid.
It's pitiful, isn't it? He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene?
What's the matter, Nick?
There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo, what do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? He went... What do you mean? How did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that.
Mr. Phoenix Wright is battering the witness, Your Honor.
This witness's testimony is full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that all right with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is, how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you to say. You sure that's how it happened? You said what?
Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter his story? I left the crime scene. Yeah, the picture of the crime scene. There. There would be more sets of footprints. So yes, I do. This one. Oh, I have to present it.
Look at this picture. Doesn't it make you laugh? The problem is the footprints in the snow.
Footprints?
In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there.
Ay, 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 ay,
ay! So Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record.
I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in.
Wait just a second! You guys just can't ignore everything I've said? Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time.
Yo, wait a second! I think you said more than enough for today.
I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear.
I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better.
Mr. Lawrence Curls, Yes, the testimony you provided up until now has been false.
It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just
what?
it's just a bit of a... It's just... I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw.
Shouldn't Karma get penalties? Like, the witnesses themselves are clearly saying that Karma is making them not tell everything. Isn't that like kind of against the law here? Franziska Von Karma, how could you?
I'm a girl.
Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinions as I have.
What opinion is that?
It's not funny.
That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls.
Ha! You're not gonna believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel.
Witness testimony, the truth.
Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows, and that's where we save. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Sorry for not being uploading for some time. A lot of getting ready to move and stuff. And also some other things. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. You can't see, but I'm doing a high five.